Should California inmates be able to become firefighters after leaving jail? Allowing inmates to become firefighters after leaving jail can benefit both the individuals and the society as a whole. Here's a few reasons why California or any other place might consider why California inmates are often incarcerated. And that's for violence, abuse, and they typically grow up in a toxic household where there were drugs and alcohol involved, putting them into a situation where they end up in jail. However, while they are put in jail, they have much time to be able to rethink their decisions and learn ways where they can turn their life around for the better. An example I found online from New York Times article mentions a guy who grew up in a toxic household around drugs, was incarcerated a few times, and was sentenced to 3 years for a felon in possession of a firearm, but while inside, he decided he needed to do something different. He volunteered as a firefighter at one of California's inmate fire camps, where he fell in love with fire. Not too long after the pandemic hit, he additionally became a firefighter, and he started training inmate firefighters who were part of the Buffalo Hand Crew, a private crew of former inmate firefighters. The audience should want to learn and care about this topic because it affects our society and it makes an impact on inmates who are out of jail. Creating knowledge and awareness for this certain topic is important. Allowing inmates to become firefighters will likely reduce the amount of crime, and by having inmates train as firefighters will allow them to gain valuable skills for their future and a sense of purpose. First, I will discuss how California, like many other places, often faces shortages of firefighters. Allowing former inmates to join the ranks can help address these shortages and ensure that firefighting agencies have an adequate workforce to respond to emergencies. The story I want to talk about is a former inmate called Amika Moda explains her experiences in detail, mentioning she spent 2.5 years fighting wildland fires, responding to car crashes, rushing home to extinguish blazes, and there she was, after being incarcerated for so long, now saving lives and becoming a firefighter. She mentions was the best thing to happen to her, and that goes to show that being incarcerated should not stop one from becoming a firefighter in California. She was able to save lives after being incarcerated, and just because of one small mistake she made in jail, she did not let herself or allow herself to ruin her future. Training inmates as firefighters can also be cost-effective compared to traditional rehabilitation programs. It can also lead to savings in the long run if fewer inmates return to prison due to the positive impact of employment. Between June 2013 and August 13, almost more than 1,000 inmates were required hospital care and 4 times as likely per capita to get injured than other firefighters. And to make matters even worse, inmate firefighters wage up for $2 per hour. However, non-prison firefighters employed will wage up to $39 per hour. And that goes to show how low firefighters who are inmates are getting paid due to the fact that they were before incarcerated. And I go to explain this because it shows that people who were incarcerated, they did not do this because they thought that it's going to make the highest amount of money. They certainly did that because they want to do what they love. They want to help people. They want to save lives. They want to go and save people from fires. It's not because they're getting paid. They're only getting paid $2 per hour. After examining this, I can understand the firefighting opportunities former inmates can help and how that has to do with diversifying the workspace for firefighters. Prisoners in at least 14 states, including Colorado, California, Arizona, Nevada, work fighting wildfires, and according to a 2022 report, and it was mentioned that 2,500 inmates passed through Colorado State Wildland Inmate Fire Team, and in Georgia, inmate firefighters responded to 875 structures. And that goes to show, just because they were inmates did not stop them from resolving 895 structure fires and 780 fires in 2021. And that goes to show that inmates are capable of becoming firefighters, and they are capable of doing what they love. And it is not discussed that constitutional right out here, but it is very long-standing as a matter of common law tradition that people should and be able to have the ability to work in an occupation of their choosing, subjecting to only reasonable government restriction. Overall, allowing former inmates to become firefighters in California will and can lead to positive outcomes for individuals and as a society as a whole. And it is important as us to bring a light to this topic and to speak on this topic. Bringing awareness and learning how we can make a difference is very important. Thank you.